Shit, what's this podcast called?
Discourse of Human Events.
The discourse is just crazy.
Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. I wanna look and feel years younger, baby. I wanna look.
1, 2, 3.
Dildos!
It's a dildo bee. It's like buzzing around.
Alright, so we're going to create a fictional world, because that's what we decided on. So first we got to set, like, is this going to be like an Earth-based world?
Yeah,
or is it a
it's got to be
fantasy
like
world?
a theme. Like, is it like
sci-fi?
fantasy? What's the punk?
Steampunk?
Steampunk. Yeah, or like futuristic.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling cyberpunk. That's kind of like where our world is headed.
Mm-hmm.
I always like fantasy. You can't go wrong with some sort of fantasy and mix
It
it
just
up.
seems so overdone, though.
True. We could go real weird. Let's get weird.
You could do like Shadowrun-ish, where it's like fantasy but in the future. Like they're elves but in the future.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been done, man.
Cyber
Wait,
elves.
what group, like, what hasn't been done with, like, orcs and goblins and shit like that? Has there been a Western version of that?
Orc.
What?
Post-apocalyptic orc.
Post-apocalypse?
Yeah.
A Western version of like an what?
There's never been, like, a D&D but set in Western. Like, I know there's Deadlands,
like
but that's not, like,
orcs in the
orcs
West.
and goblins and shit.
Deadwood. D&D.
Yeah, that's not bad. Western. Okay.
I like the idea of fantasy characters, just place them in a specific time or period.
How about-
So elves and
How about
orcs
just, like,
and whatever, but in the
bards?
West. just-
Bards. Just
All
bards.
bards.
All bards.
How do they survive?
They're just seeing
In the Barb universe.
the duels.
Okay.
They're like
Yeah,
dueling
I was gonna
banjos.
say rather than fight, they dance off.
Yes.
No, I do like the
Okay.
setting though. So fantasy characters in a western. So like, what would be different? So like, what would Elf's role be in a fantasy world that's set in like the 1800s? So
Well, the
like,
dwarves are definitely going to work on the railroad, right? And the
Yes.
mines.
Work-
They're definitely mining.
They're
in,
definitely the miners. They're the
yeah.
ones that headed to California. They're getting the gold. That's for sure. The elves would probably be like the upper management, right? Like they're the rich people because they've been around forever.
So like the bankers.
That's not the humans?
Yeah, the bankers. Isn't that normally like the elves are bankers in fantasy worlds because they're so rich and
They're
old?
like, I don't like bankers.
I guess they're
No one ever
normally
uses
the
them.
forest people. Yeah, they're normally the
Yeah.
forest people. You're right. They're like the Indians that the humans came
Yeah,
in to
there we go.
destroy.
They're basically, they're the Native American dudes. They're like
Yeah.
protesting. They're being kicked off their land. by the
Oh,
railroads.
okay. So we literally, like, they are kind of just like in our world. They were, the reason humans could take them over even though they lived for so long is they never bothered to, like, upgrade technology.
Okay. That works.
Whatever technology the humans have, that's why they're overtaking them in this setting. As they have their dwarven slaves to build their railroads.
The dwarves just became slaves now?
That's
Well,
hell of a jump.
Yeah.
I don't know. What, are we going to pay them? These are humans we're talking about.
I don't know, the dwarves aren't slaves in fantasy worlds.
I always pictured like a dwarf to be like a banker.
True. But this could be part of the world.
They're
You don't know.
miners. They're always miners. Like they live in caves.
Gnomes! Gnomes would be the engineers. They're the ones engineering the trains and all that stuff. Where dwarfs are mining the gold and everything.
Yeah, that works. Then,
Alright, well.
Oh, there's a
done.
world.
Done. George R.R. Martin makes it seem difficult. It's just like, here's what I'm gonna do.
We
We got a whole Okay,
So,
like, what kind of like unique classes and stuff could we have?
well,
Like-
you don't go classes. Like, setting is like, is this the United States? Or, like,
I
is
think
there a
it-
whole world?
It's its
Like,
own world, but obviously it's like a
okay.
parallel. You know what I mean? Since it's Western, it's going to
they're
have a
not
parallel of
moving to Colorado,
expansion. No, there's not like Colorado, but there's going to be an expansion somewhere where we have to the humans have to overtake elves. The dwarfs are mining the gold and stuff. I think it should be a clear parallel.
Okay.
What about like? I always like giants. I feel like giants are underused.
Giants?
Yeah, you know, like even in Game of Thrones, like they're there, but like not really. There's like 4 of the motherfuckers. Like, how are they lasting if there's only 4 of them?
What would giants do in the West?
Good question. There'd be like the builders of stuff. Like they're the cranes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, since we don't have mechanized as much that's a good question. Is how much mechanization is there? Do we like the trains? If they exist, I guess we have.
So would this be like
Mechanics.
Wild Wild West if
Yeah.
it were mechanized? Like the steampunk of the Wild West?
Correct.
No, there's no mechanized. Like, giants are the mechanics. They're the cranes.
But like,
Right? That's
then
what
why
I
are
was
there
getting.
trains? Like, so there has
Well,
to
they're
be-
trains, but they're not like the Wild Wild West where they have, I don't know, very intricate machines built.
Yeah.
So
So like
no,
we're saying, like we use giants as a way to build things easily.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is no giant walking spiders.
I'm anti-giant walking spider.
Aw.
Yes. We are against it. I mean, I'm actually for it in that movie, but in our setting, we're against it.
And so goblins are the slaves. Or orcs.
Goblins for sure. Orcs would be.
Like the
bandits.
bandits.
Would be the
Yeah, orcs are like
the
bandits.
Orc would be the one in charge. Like,
What?
I like what Chandra said. Orcs would be like the drifters and the bandits. Like they're the loners.
yeah.
Okay.
That kind of makes sense.
Because they're always the antagonist type character. Like, you come into town, and there's a gang that's taking over the town, like in Tombstone, those are going to be the orcs.
Okay.
You know, they might be mixed with some humans and stuff, but it's an orc leader.
Raiders.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really liking this setting, by the way. I'm so for it.
Now, how do you flesh it out further than that, though?
Well, first off, we have to have a name for the setting. You know, you have like Shadowrun, Dungeons and Dragons, Deadlands. What would be a good like Wild Wild West name for fantasy?
Westeros number 2.
What?
Westworld is actually a terrible name. I don't actually like the name Westworld. I mean, I guess it gets the point across that it is just a literal world that has been built, and it's in the West.
I don't know, I'm thinking something like super campy along the lines of Cowboys and Aliens.
Kind of like cowboys and goblins.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Who are the actual like cowboys here? Are they still the humans?
That'd still be the humans, yeah.
How about the hobbits?
I mean,
What would the
everybody,
hobbits do?
any race can be the humans. In general, though, the humans
Oh.
would be.
Cow hobbits
Cow
versus
hobbits?
orcs.
What? Cow hobbits?
What?
Hobbits could be farmers with like horses and stuff.
We're not having
Maybe
hobbits.
ranchers. No okay.
That's trademark.
Halflings then. Cow halflings.
Do we have halflings in this setting? I feel like gnomes and dwarfs are enough. Halflings is just like another intermediate, another short
Like,
person.
yeah, they're just exactly. They're just short humans, right?
Dragons.
Dragons. Okay.
Ooh, do we have dragons?
Dragons are the same in every fantasy setting. They're just giant fucking lizards that like breathe fire.
But
There's
usually,
nothing-
are they smart or not? Is usually the big difference.
They could be the bankers because they like money.
What?
Yeah, dragons hoard wealth.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if we can have
If they're a
dragons in
banker,
this
you
setting.
don't go and ask a dragon for a loan.
You do if he polymorphs into human.
No, see, I don't think that like super advanced dragons like D&D
dragon
style
understands.
dragons.
I don't know if we can have dragons in
You
this
could have
setting.
like a dragon or two.
Like, if we have
Game of
dragons,
Thrones style
they're
dragons.
ancient,
There's
yeah.
3 of them.
Yeah, like they're ancient beings that are rare to see and myths in regions of the world. Dragons are just really hard because if you have dragons in a setting, they're like a very big focal point. It's like you can't just have dragons kind of in the background. Also, there's the gold dragon that just kind of hangs out. Definitely doesn't eat the town and terrorize it at all. That definitely doesn't happen.
See, I still can't think of a name for it. I'm trying to come up with one.
Yeah, the name's tough for fantasy. Like, I really like the name Deadlands, but that doesn't really describe the setting at all.
No.
I mean, you just need a Western name. What else would we flesh out in the world? So, like,
Politics.
yeah, what would be like? What's the major like? What's going on? Is it like a gold rush style thing? Like,
Angels camp.
Yeah, they have to like have found something recently. It can't be gold because gold's what really happened. It's got to be like mithril or something.
yeah, some kind of new
Some sort of crystals.
yeah. Insert word that stands for gold/resource, like unobtainium.
Or okay, something. So rather than burning coal for their trains, there's something that they like.
This is the setting of Deadlands. That's exactly what they did in Deadlands.
What, they didn't have something to burn coal for their
Ghost
trains?
Rock was what.
God damn it! I thought I was being original.
No, Ghost Rock was what they
Never
got.
mind. Fine, fuck that then.
So, like in that setting, Ghost Rock was what was found in the West after an earthquake shattered part of California, and Ghost Rock burned like 1,000 times hotter than coal and longer, but it made like a ghostly howl. And that, when that was found, that's what broke all the spirits out after. The reason the earthquake happened
Jesus
was.
Christ.
That's
You
so
apparently
fun.
read a lot more than I
Yeah.
ran a couple campaigns. I never read any of this.
Oh, dude, I love Deadlands. So, like, what happened was shamans did this, like, Indian shamans, after the whites came in and overtook them, to try and fight them, they tried to summon demons, and that's what caused the earthquake in California, and that to sink and all the demons and stuff to split into this world.
Perfect logical sense.
Yes.
Oh, just like the psychic story.
If it can't be something that makes trains go fast,
It
something else.
could just be a valuable resource. It doesn't necessarily have to do with trains.
You know what? Okay. Let's throw just like a I don't know, crazy thing in.
Antimatter.
I was thinking it was more like plutonium. So just to really throw this whole thing off, like they have warheads, okay?
Uh-huh.
They have nuclear weapons, and they're mining for the nuclear material.
Or
So it's the Wild West, but they have nuclear weapons.
What the I think that really throws a wrench in the whole
Yeah,
thing.
I just like this being crazy now.
Also,
You'd
nuke.
never see this coming.
wait, hold on. So you have a magic, and you also have nuclear weapon. Now tell me, which one beats which?
Well, you could always
It's
just...
a nuclear weapon.
But we could call it something, but it's like clearly a weapon of mass destruction. Like, we have found something,
Yeah, yeah.
and that thing makes a giant weapon.
Maybe
Yeah, it's something the magic users have to like somehow
Yeah.
Maybe that's how they overtake
use
the
to
elves.
completely.
That's
Yeah.
how they overtake the elves, because
Yeah.
they first
Yeah, they
discovered
destroyed like entire forests
Yes.
full of elves
Yeah.
using this thing.
this. Yeah,
'Cause
and
if
then
the
made them
elves-
walk a trail that went west.
Yeah, because like if the elves are the Native Americans, like elves are inherently like magical and
Yes.
stuff anyway. So
So
No,
humans
yeah.
had to find something that wasn't like it was magical and could create bombs, because humans aren't magical themselves. They have to study and do all that bullshit.
And like so far, only the humans have the secret to unlocking the resource to use as a
Yes, they know how to use the
gigantic
resource.
weapon to destroy cities.
I feel like a
And
dragon.
they found it in the west, so they're headed west to get more of it. The dwarfs know how to mine it and get it, but they don't know how to harness the power, so they're like in cahoots with the dwarfs to get this stuff, right?
Alright,
They're enslaving the goblins to build the shit that they need.
Who's the
And so the elves are trying to get a hold of the secret and try to work the doors to get a hold of the material.
Exactly.
But who's the engineers?
The gnomes.
The gnomes are the engineers.
But
The gnomes are always the
Only
engineers.
human knows how to harness this resource.
They
They
don't
got the
need-
scientists.
Yeah, they don't need to know how you harness the power. They just need to engineer the structures. while the humans know the secret of actually turning on or whatever the.
I mean, it's not a clear distinction. It's like not only gnomes can be engineers.
Yeah. Just like with cowboys, like everybody in the setting can be a cowboy, but humans tend to be the cowboy.
A lot of them are engineers.
Yeah. It's like when you wanted an engineer back in the 40s, you probably wanted a German.
Sure.
I mean, I guess they did know their stuff. Same with if you really wanted a doctor that knew a lot about human anatomy. Yeah, find a German.
Yeah.
They
had good technology back then. What can you say?
They've done their research.
In an interesting way.
Yeah.
Okay, so
hands-on research. That's what they.
So the humans have done their genocide on the elves, as the humans always do.
Classic humans.
What do we call this resource that they're getting? This
that's a
crystal. It has to be a crystal of some sort. Crystal's always.
Could it just be something like mundane, like coal?
It's actually just coal.
Coal crystal. Crystal coal. Crystal coal.
So
I like
diamonds.
it actually. It's like black
Coal-
crystal.
Coal and diamonds.
Yeah.
I mean, diamonds are just like coal that got.
Yeah, we could just call it like black crystal, and that kind of is the crystal coal. Would be like a
crystal coal,
but crystal coal would be like a cool nickname for it. You know what I mean? Like it's black crystal coal.
Okay.
So you use that to harness energy, basically, right?
Yes.
Like magic users use it to basically create an atomic bomb.
I like it. So in this setting, then, do humans know how to do magic? Like, are they gunslingers? Like, what's the shootout? You know?
Yeah, I think everyone knows a little magic. But the elves are probably more naturally magic. They need to know magic to be able to make the atomic bomb thing, right?
Yeah. So let's say we have our shootout
elves are more
scene.
natural magic people.
So we have our shootout scene. Obviously, there's not a gun, right?
No, there are guns.
We're going to have guns? I don't know. We're going to have guns.
Rather, the fighters don't have swords. They have six shooters.
Six shooters,
you know?
okay. That's what I was making sure. We have guns, okay. So we have like
magic users just stop the bullets in midair and stuff.
A lot of them are powered by crystals and stuff. Like,
So they'll have like some supercharged weapons that take one of these crystals.
Yeah.
And
and
shoot like crazy stuff.
They're better against magic users since they're powered by the crystal. Like they're not just your normal Colt 45.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
And you can like crush it up and shoot the actual thing, and then that's definitely gonna like do something crazy.
Oh, you use the black crystal as bullets.
Yeah.
Okay, that actually makes
Like
sense.
if you grind it up into gunpowder, you shoot a bullet and like.
No, I like that you actually. Well, I guess it works as gunpowder since that's the source of the explosion.
Yeah.
You have to crush it up, so it's actually a really valuable resource. So, like shooting a bunch of bullets isn't like recommended. Like since it's such a hot commodity.
Yeah.
So, like, what other tropes are we missing here in our Western fantasy world? Like, what Western tropes are we missing? We got our trains, we got our coal, we got our shootout scenes.
So rather than just horses, they'll have like
rails,
like Pegasuses.
Oh
and,
yeah,
what
like
else?
unicorns.
Unicorns? They can have unicorns.
What's the
A nightmare.
Pens.
What is it?
Pens.
Hands.
Pens maze.
Oh, the labyrinth.
Yeah. Labyrinth.
Okay, I don't know how that fits into anything.
Actually,
there's a labyrinth somewhere.
That brings up a good point of like the sage. You know, like the ancient wise person. What's the like ancient wise person? Like what race? Would it be the elves since they're so old?
Three-eyed race.
What? I don't know.
I guess. So, like in cowboy films, when you wanted to go to the wise man, it would be the Indian, right? That would be the wise.
Yeah. Well, then it would be the elf because it would fit, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe they could be the dragons, and it could be like Dragon Ball Z.
No.
Stop. Yes.
I do like the fact
religion.
that religion. You're right. We need religions. Well, it would mirror like modern day, right? So, like Indians would have very naturistic religions.
Yeah.
The tree god.
Because we're coming in to like destroy the land. Like humans are coming in, they're destroying the woods and stuff.
Yeah,
to build
you're
the
right.
railroads.
Elves would have like a natural one.
Yeah.
Oh wait. So I just thought of the fact that if they're in the Wild West, then would there be a lot of trees for them to destroy in the first place? Like there'd probably be some, but not
Yeah,
like
there'd be.
big forests.
Yeah, of course there'd
What?
be trees. They're laying down. There's
No.
big
So
ones.
they came to the new land and they kicked the Indians or the elves into the Wild West, right?
Yeah.
They were in the trees.
Oh, okay.
They were in the trees, and we said, "Fuck you, go to the desert."
And then everyone ended up in the desert, and now they're in the Wild West.
And then,
Or they created the desert with the bombings. With
yeah, I
the-
like that. We created the desert. Ooh,
Yes.
I like it. It was like all forest land, and we created the desert. Ooh, I like it. I like that a lot.
This works.
It's a little like separation too. It's not like exact what happened in the West. So what would the horses be? Would it be like nightmares and Pegasuses then? That would be pretty cool.
Is it Pegasuses or Pegasi?
Pegasuses.
Pegasuses?
Pegasuses.
Pegasus.
I don't know. It depends on if it's a Latin or Greek root. For if it's
Depends
Pegasi
on
or
how I want to
Pegasuses.
goddamn say it. That's what it depends on.
Huh? Yeah. It's a fantasy creature. It's Pegasuses.
Pegasus.
What else?
I really like this world, though. I want to play an RPG in
Not
this
too
world.
bad, yeah. This actually seems like you put a setting here.
Yeah. Oh, religion for... So we got the religion, obviously, for the elves are, like, very spirit and...
Shamanistic.
Yeah, very shaman, nature-based. But what about the humans? Is it going to be like a one-god religion? A multi-god religion?
Yeah. I feel like it's hard to stray from it.
Straight from what, one?
Yeah, a monotheistic religion.
It also kind of pairs, since elves and humans are fighting, it also creates that dichotomy, right?
But what about dwarves?
Dwarves would have multi-gods, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. So like the Greeks or Romans or something. They got a
Yeah.
whole pantheon.
So, like, the dwarves and gnomes would be like the Greeks and Romans. Like, they have similar myths, probably.
Okay, so here's a question. So the elves have their little forest. Like, have the humans always known about the elves?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've all lived... It's not like they came from Europe, right? And they just now found them. They've all always
Yeah,
lived
yeah,
together.
we've always known about them.
Humans just now discovered the crystal...
Well, we can say,
hole,
like, 10 years ago,
right?
before they blew up, like, it's not like humans just discovered it. They discovered it, like, a certain amount of time ago. They've harnessed the power recently.
Yeah.
And
But the point is that, like, they didn't come from Europe. Dwarves, elves, and humans have always lived together.
Yes. That's the big difference in this scenario.
Okay.
Well, dwarves could be kind of outside of it all, because they're always in caves and shit. I mean, it's not like they don't know about
We
everything.
weren't looking into caves until really late into the game. They were like, let's go look at these kids.
I'm
Holy
just
shit,
saying.
there are people in here.
They would be more
Little
mythical.
fat guys. A bunch of little fat bearded fucks.
I think it would be more rare to run into a dwarf than an elf in the forest.
No, I think they should all know. Like in fantasy worlds, they all live together. They know
Okay.
they exist.
That's fair. Okay. So, why do humans hate elves, and why do we destroy them?
Just because they were in the forest that had all the crystal coal.
So it's just powered by our greed.
Yeah. I mean, they just
By
found stuff.
natural human greed. We're just like, oh, we found this power. Also, of course, if the elves found the power, then they might use it on the humans. So
Okay, the humans were in like really big cities and were running out of room. No, not enough food, and
the elves were? I thought they were nature.
I mean,
people.
humans. I'm sorry, humans. We're in big cities, and we're running out of room. They found this. They decided. Well, they clear out the elves. They make a little room for some more building.
Wait. Why not? Why not there just be a ongoing feud with humans and elves in general? That's usually
We could say they were always like
feuding. So it's like
Yeah.
they don't feel bad about just nuking the shit out of them. Like, we finally found our way to defeat them. Because I feel like the humans have always lost to the elves, because elves have magic. Humans don't. Aren't natural.
Maybe the humans went through like a famine or some other crisis, and we're like, elves, we need your help. Give us your magic, please. And the elves were like, no.
Ooh, that also pins a little bad light on the elves. You know, like you never have a bad light on the Indians.
Yeah, maybe like with the elves, like maybe they're arrogant and like isolated and kept their resources to themselves, so that gave humans.
I like that. That works.
And that could be a good reason why we've always feuded with them.
Yeah.
Because they refuse to help us. Help us humans.
Those bastards.
Sons of bitches. I already hate elves, and they're not even real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, right? Think they're too good for us.
And how do dwarves play into this, though? This whole history. The gnomes.
Dwarves and elves usually have rivalries with each other because they're like totally different in their species values. So like maybe there's like alliances between dwarves and
They're
humans.
constantly allying with our factions.
Yeah. Or maybe also with the elves too. Like there might be different dwarves allying or becoming allies with either or.
Where do gnomes live? Like humans live in the cities, right? Elves live in the forest. Dwarves live in the mountains. Where the fuck are the gnomes at?
No, I thought gnomes live in hills.
No, on the ground.
Can I Google where do gnomes live and people won't think I'm crazy?
Oh yeah, totally do that.
I think underground is right, or at least from Harry Potter.
D&D. I'll put D&D so that wooded hills. See,
So the hills,
Hills.
They burrow beneath
crazy.
rolling hills,
Boros.
so they're underground.
So they're like
in
hobbits,
hills.
basically, because they live in like hilled areas.
Okay, but it's hill. Yeah, they're like hobbits, basically.
So
Smart hobbits.
Okay. What about like the goblins and orcs and all these? Like, how do they tie into this? If we have goblin slaves, do elves have goblin slaves? Or goblins have long been taken over? Are they just pesky forest creatures, or what?
I have no idea.
Have we accepted orcs in this culture? Sounds like orcs are like somewhat accepted, but they're kind of like, you know, I hate to use the word, but segregated a little bit. You know, like humans are trying to accept orcs, but they tend to be bad and evil. Like, how are we doing that?
Are you trying?
Are
to
we
bring,
pulling a
discriminated
bright?
Are you trying to bring Bright into this?
You know what I mean? Because it would be cool to have like the bad guy orcs, but
They can be aliens. They came from another planet somehow.
Oh, I like that. So we can have cowboys versus aliens.
I don't like this.
No. Like, what was that movie? District 9?
District 9.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they were like dropped off.
Orcs
like,
and
at some
goblins.
point, and we don't even know how the fuck they got here. They don't know how to go home.
yeah.
But that's how
Well,
they're
instead of space, you always use for fantasy. You use like another plane, right? Like
okay.
they
yeah.
appeared on our planet, and we don't know where they came from. But
But I like how crazy it gets when there's aliens too. Like, this is a complicated.
Also aliens. I say a rift opened up. Orcs and goblins start attacking our planet. Right?
Now, see, it's so overdone though. I want aliens.
Fine, fuck it. They're aliens. I don't even care. Let's do it. They're aliens. So there's spaceships now too.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like. So they actually wouldn't they be the engineers then?
No, because they don't know how they got there.
Maybe
It's
Earth is like a or
alien tech.
What do you mean they don't know how they got there? They forgot
I
how
don't
to
know.
build spaceships?
District 9 doesn't know how to just go out and build another spaceship. They're just
Yeah,
like,
they do. That's
hanging
what the
around.
whole movie was about.
No,
Or
They're
maybe-
they
building
needed
one.
like something to get back. I don't know.
They were
know
building a
how to
spaceship
build
secretly.
it.
or maybe our world.
Well, they left all the dumb orcs and goblins.
Maybe
they
our-
crashed onto Earth. They killed all the scientists, and then they left all the young ones. Who
Yeah.
has been frozen.
They only have the laborers. Only the laborers survived.
Or maybe our planet or our world could be like a penal colony for the orc aliens. So all the orcs that were dropped off here were actually prisoners, and that's why they're also the bandits.
That would be a District 9.
Damn.
Sort of.
There we go.
Or Escape from
Well,
New York,
Australia
but in the
Oh,
West.
it's
And
with
we
fantasy.
can take a page from South Park, and all of this is really just a reality TV show watched by aliens.
Okay, so we got orcs and goblins. So they're kind of like
Who are aliens.
They work together clearly, but we've enslaved the goblins. Orcs are strong enough to be like, "Fuck you! You can't just enslave us." Right? So they're somewhat...
So they lost the alien invasion. That's how they got enslaved.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But orcs didn't necessarily lose, right? Because they're not slaves. Or are there some orc slaves?
No, let's make them slaves. They're all slaves.
But I like the idea of
there
a
will be
shootout.
territories where some are free and some are slaves.
Okay, there we go.
Just like, North and South.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, man.
Okay. I like it. Yeah! I like it. Alien slaves.
Alien plantation. You gotta have the
It's got to be a pretty complicated world.
But
I like
if you're
though.
thinking about a world, how is it not going to end up
Horns,
complicated?
they got horns,
I do really like it. So that could be like a big thing in the lore, though, like the invasion. Like that era is a big, big important
That
era.
could be a whole big story, yeah.
Like-
that everyone keeps alluding to.
The elves and the humans, when they like are feuding, like we used to work together. Remember the invasion, like. And now we fight
they
each
came
other.
together for the invasion
Yeah.
to beat them.
Damn.
I like it.
This world got super deep, super fast.
So deep.
I do like that they're aliens now.
It just makes it sound crazier. I like crazy.
Well, couldn't it just be that's the one time like all the races obviously got together to fight? Like even dwarfs and
It makes
gnomes.
perfect sense.
Yeah.
When the alien spaceship crashed the Earth, it killed most of the dragon on this world except for one. A
Ooh.
really old dragon that understands compound interest. And it happened to be a beggar.
Hmm.
I've lost you, but okay.
Could it be, like, depending on how old this invasion era is, the way the humans figured out how to build the bomb, the atomic bomb, as we're calling it, was through a captured orc that actually did understand the technology, and after they've learned to communicate with orcs?
Well, yeah, but I was thinking this would have happened hundreds of years ago.
Okay. I kind of like that it was an ancient lore, too, so let's keep it that it's an ancient lore. Like,
Because
it
so
could be
now, at
thousands
this
of
point, the
years.
orcs and the goblins have lost all their technology. They don't know how to get it anymore.
Oh, it's like
their great
it's
great
so
grandparents may have
far
never
in
built
the
it.
past. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I love it. There could even be like a time when orcs and goblins could rise up because like they actually invade again. Like you never know. Like that's a worry people have in the world.
If they'll ever come back.
Yeah, like to humans, it's like bitches. That was like thousands of years ago. But some elves are like, I lived through that.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I'll see some shit.
Yeah, like some elves are like actually lived through it, and it like it's a actual worry for them. Where humans are like, bitch, what are you talking about? That was thousands of years ago. How long do dwarfs and gnomes live? Are they like normal human age in D&D?
No, dwarves live not as long as elves, but longer than humans, like twice a human.
It's like
At least
200 years.
D&D,
or so?
whatever you ask me, I'm giving you the D&D.
Well, yeah, that's standard.
I think gnomes are just the same as humans. I
Okay.
think.
Now, here's the other question. One thing I like in fantasy worlds is your own race too. Like, let's make our own thing in here.
Oh, a unique one.
Yeah.
Unique race.
Ooh, we have to have half orcs and I don't know about half goblins. I don't know who's gonna fuck a goblin slave, but you gotta have half orcs.
I mean, the half-seas you can always do.
Yeah.
Although I don't know how alien biology and whatever world-based biology intermix. But
Well,
you know what?
Does it ever
Turf
make
bangs a lot of
sense that
aliens.
half
Let's
orc
just
exists?
go with it.
Like, how do two species create a half orc, anyways?
Yeah.
They'll be separate.
Well, they're humanoidish.
Does that matter? Like, just because a tiger
No, it doesn't
and
matter.
a lion can't mate because they're both felines.
They can mate.
They can't.
Oh, right, I guess
Yeah.
they can, Liger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Backtrack.
Mister. Oh, just
Backtrack.
give me a good example where it's. What the hell, man?
Okay. A panther and a lion.
I don't know if.
How do you know if you can't? How do
Yeah.
you know they can't?
I don't know.
Get them
Have you
enough
tried?
wine and they might.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
I don't know. I'm not a biologist.
I'm not Wonder Woman.
Okay, how about
So
this?
our own race, I feel like
A
what
monkey
you do is you just,
can't be impregnated
Oh.
by a human just because they're both primates.
Human isn't a primate.
Huh? Human is a primate.
Is it a primate?
Yeah.
What's the definition of primate?
Bipedal intelligence.
Is it?
I think it's just bipedal and intelligent. It might just be bipedal.
Primate. Let's see. The chief bishop or archbishop of a province. That's not quite.
Not quite what we were looking for there.
Okay. No, we are primates. Yeah.
I
you're
know
right.
we're primates.
And like,
Oh,
it means you have
You're
hands,
not.
hand-like feet, and forward-facing eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like monkeys and apes are all primates.
Okay, you're right. But we're not still the same. We're not. There's another order down below where we're not in the
Vertebrate.
same.
Are you talking about vertebrates?
No, we're all vertebrates, definitely.
Yeah. But what do you mean?
You
by
gotta get the
vertebrate?
full Latin name because it's like 7 things, and I'm saying like we're 2 separate from them.
I see what you're saying.
Whereas I
But you don't
like,
think
lion
goblins
tiger are only one
and
separate.
humans and orcs would be very separate?
You know what? We're gonna just get off this discussion, okay? They can mate. We're fine with it.
Okay, we're fine with the mating of aliens.
Where were we going before? I had.
It could have. Oh, so we needed a new, our own race within this world.
Oh! I was gonna say, I feel like what you do for a race that you make up is you pick like an animal, and then you just make it like
Humanoid?
Just fuck it around until it's more humanoid.
Yeah,
So I was
pretty
thinking,
much.
just off the wall, we'll have like a kangaroo, and just a little hopping guy.
I actually don't mind it. I don't know
That would
why.
be great.
It sounded
Little
real
hopper
stupid.
guy with a
but I
pouch
like it.
too. They'll have pouches. And
They'll have
shit.
pouches where they hide shit.
See, I was thinking like an
Oh,
I was thinking like an armadillo.
The pouch will get took out.
Oh, we can have an armadillo person.
we
too.
can have armadillo people. You want armadillo people? We got armadillo people.
Boom! You got armadillo
Yeah.
people.
It actually makes
Armadillo
sense because
people.
it's a
Boom,
desert
kangaroos.
region for both of these.
Yeah.
Both of those make sense.
Can you have Ninja Turtles?
Ninja Turtles.
Now you might be a little off.
No,
You don't even have sewer systems yet.
Turtles.
we have like tortoises in the desert. We could have
But even though this is the Wild West, can we just have ninjas anyways?
yes.
We should have ninjas.
I vote for
They're
ninjas.
definitely ninjas.
There's assassins.
no, they dress in black and they use katanas. Okay,
That's what the
I don't even
kangaroos
care if
do?
everyone else has.
Bro, that's what
What?
kangaroo people are.
Oh,
They're the
yeah,
ninjas.
Kangaroos are like Asians.
God damn, this just got
Kangaroos
so
are
outrageous.
I don't know. They're really Australian, but we're just gonna move them over to Asia.
But it's still deserty.
Australia's deserty.
Kangaroos are a desert-style animal.
Uh-huh.
Are they? I have no idea. All right, but they're still Asian.
They're from Australia, man.
They know kung fu
They know boxing.
and they use chopsticks.
I do like armadillo people, though,
With
because,
2
like,
fingers.
that's definitely
That's
desert.
really skilled.
So what do the armadillo people do?
They roll.
They're
up
like
in
the clerics. They're the healers. Because they're all about protection and shields and shit.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I feel like they got to be really slow, right?
They
They're
are.
real slow.
They are not the war type.
They're just sitting there like you just talk to them for an hour and they're like,
They're like Switzerland in this whole situation. They're just there.
Yeah.
They like have an oath to just heal whoever. Like, if there's a dead human at their door, they're healing them.
Whoa.
If there's a
Why
dead
would they
orc
be a healer?
or hurt,
Since we're
orc-
trying to mix in different cultures, could they be Hispanic?
What?
no,
those
they're like
tacos?
Switzerland. I just said they're like Switzerland.
No, politically they're like Switzerland, but they eat tacos.
They're culturally
We got tacos now in this?
Yeah, I'm just trying to give them a little like culture.
Our
you know?
fantasy world has tacos,
Well, what are they
armadillo
tacos?
people.
Yeah. You might
And you know, like sombreros. Can the armadillos wear sombreros? I really feel like that'd be fun.
Sure, why not?
The kangaroos are ninjas.
I feel like
What?
they'd be more bean eaters.
Taco Bell in fantasy world.
What are you saying?
If we wanted to be serious, I feel like they'd be bean eaters. You know, like they cook the beans in the pot over the campfire? That's how armadillos eat.
Yeah, beans are on tacos, man.
No, they just eat the beans.
And sour cream.
Oh, I want a taco eating armadillos. I don't know why.
We might be able to work it in.
And sombreros. I want them to wear sombreros.
Sombreros, of course. With the poncho, obviously.
Yeah.
And a little Mexican mustache to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
And they also watch really weird soap operas. Really overly dramatic.
And they drink their Jarritos. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of our world. Trailed off a little bit at the end, but
this is shockingly fleshed out, really.
There's actually quite a bit of history we somehow managed to throw in here.
Is there anything else we're missing?
I think all we need to do is...
Oh, they'll have undead.
Oh, okay.
What were you saying, Chandra?
Oh, yeah. Like, we could probably just, like, throw in all kinds of, like, general, like, desert animals as humanoids, like kiwis.
No, yeah.
We gotta have Nagas.
Kiwi people, lizard people.
Nagas could exist. Snake people.
Or if we want to bring conspiracy theories into this world, we could have the lizard people, and they're the ones who are secretly in charge
No.
of everything.
The lizard people are secret.
Well, they'd be the Nagas. Those would be the
know?
Nagas. They're underground, like
Lizard.
we are actually running.
And
this
they're really
bitch.
good at disguising themselves as not being lizard people.
They're like chameleons, although they're
Now, I like that. So the lizard people are the armadillos.
no, not the armadillos.
But the snake people are the ones really running things.
Yes.
And they're underground. And we don't even know they exist. They're secret people.
They're that good. They're like a secret society under this whole entire goddamn world, just running.
Like
Yeah.
family.
They're really running
They-
behind the scenes.
The humans think they discovered this whole orcish thing. Nagas gave it to them.
Well, but what's their motivation? Why do the snake people want to give them the...
That's a good question.
They
What's
wanted
the
to
history of
create
the
more
snake
deserty area.
people? Yes.
They are the servants of the alien people who's watching this planet as the
Reality TV
reality.
show?
Yeah.
I don't like that they created. I feel like this world exists as a separate thing, and the whole orc invasion was a whole like separate event. But the snakes are running this show. Like even the orcs and goblins that invade this place
is so
wouldn't have
complicated,
known
I'm
about
gonna
the
lose
Nagas.
track. This is more complicated than our world, really.
Not really.
How do you know? How do you know the lizard people don't exist? in our
You're
world?
right. There might be snake people running this thing. I don't know.
I do really like the fact that there's just snake people that people don't even know about, and they can polymorph, so they can hide amongst people. But what is their real motivation? They're just trying to create the whole desert by explosions?
I don't know. I couldn't think of the motivation.
The post-apocalypse, so everything is a desert, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the green stuff.
What's happening in their underground world to where they need to surface? You know what I mean? They need to make their presence known eventually, and this is their way to do
No, I think they're always shadowing and running things from behind.
Okay. They just...
But we need a reason why they're doing that.
Yeah. Alright, so why... What... Like, clearly the lizard people have ran the show the whole time. Maybe they're descended by dragons, and they used to be the ones on the surface? No? Not liking it?
Okay. Here's my thing. I don't know, made up story. So the alien invasion, the orcs and the goblins, but there were also the snakes, and they were really the ones in charge. And they went underground.
Oh.
And now they're trying to wipe out, get the humans and the elves to kill each other, so that
Shit.
they can come back and like take it all.
So
over
the goblins and the
with their
orcs
human orcs
know that
or
the
their
snake people exist,
goblins.
but it's not like they're all going to ever say anything
Yeah.
about this. They know they're still there. Yeah, I mean, some
Yeah.
people might know they're still there. Some people are like, fuck, did any of the snakes survive?
They don't know. They don't know. They believe in it. That's
Yeah.
part of their religion.
Oh, they believe in the snake people.
Still exist.
Oh, I love
Snake
it.
people are gonna save them one day.
That's their religion. And like humans and elves are like, what the fuck are you talking about, these snake people? Good lord, this got super complicated but awesome. So that was a whole world in 45
we should,
minutes.
run a campaign in this.
Yeah, I'm totally down.
I would actually do this.
We need to get Harry to listen to this episode and run a D&D campaign in this world.
I think that'd be great. This could be like a fiasco campaign.
We still need a name for the world.
Oh, I'm trying to think of a play on word of like Lord of the Rings, but like instead of rings,
Lord of the
it was
Deserts?
west. Yeah, but that's not that good.
No, it's not.
Cowboys of the Black. What was it? Not Black Gold. Black Gold.
Black Crystal.
Black Crystal.
Cowboys of the Crystal Coal.
Crystal Coal. I mean, Crystal Coal is kind of close to a name. It's just not feeling it though. I feel like we need to incorporate desert or something.
Okay, we will call it Weird World Made Up by Drunk People and 2 in the morning.
It's long, bold. I like it. I feel like you need to somehow like incorporate desert with fantasy. Like those two things somehow have to combine, or West and fantasy.
Yeah.
But that's hard to put in like 2 or 3 words of a title.
The Weird West.
Like Deadlands was just Weird West, so we're just adding an extra weird.
No, like Wild West, but Weird West. That was my joke.
That's what Deadlands called it, though, was the Weird West.
Oh, God damn it! I keep thinking I'm original. God damn it!
It's all used, man.
What's like some synonyms for wild or weird? That also starts with a W.
Yeah, that's really restrictive here.
Wacky.
Wacky. Oh, that's so wacky!
That sounds like this whole thing's a joke.
Whimsical.
I take this world building
Covers an armadillo with eating a taco and a sombrero. It's the Wacky West.
Wacky, whimsical.
Wonderful.
A wonderful.
Aw.
The wonderful West. So wonderful.
It is.
Marvelous.
Wondrous, if we wanted to be
I'm
super
typing
cheesy.
in adjectives that start with W.
Okay.
Wasteland.
Wasteland's actually kind of close.
It's already taken, though.
Yeah, Wasteland actually I think is a...
Wacky, warm, weak, wealthy, wet, white,
Let's
wide.
just point out ones that actually make sense.
There's
There's going to be a lot of
down
W.
the list. I'm considering, sir.
Woe be gone.
I like woebegone. Ooh, wretched.
Wait,
Wretched's good.
Wretched West.
We don't have to do the west though. We could flip it and instead
Be
this
the
is
east?
and they go from the west to the east.
No, I feel like that's
Or
confusing
they could
though.
go north to south though.
If you're going to use a trope, like it's a west,
Yeah.
you got to keep the west.
Oh, that's true. It's hard to be. What kind of thing is this? It's a western, but it's in the east.
But it's called East. Wait, what? I do kind of like the Wretched West.
Wretched.
Wretched. Or maybe just call it wretched and make it all
It is
mysterious.
kind of like a lot of
I
darkness.
like that. Just wretched. Period.
Wretched.
Just wretched, yeah. But you add the West in it. If we're gonna use W, we might as well put West.
But alliterations.
Yeah. I just like wretched.
Wretched.
I mean, that would be
Simple. It's like going from the Facebook to just Facebook.
Whoa,
It's cleaner.
blew my mind, bro.
It's like a young adult paranormal romance book where they all have like really ambiguous titles like Awoken and
What's Wesleyan? Wesleyan.
also what's the genre for what we're calling this? Because like a spaghetti western's an Italian western or an Italian director. Biryani.
It's just Western.
Biryani western
Yeah.
is like a western made in India. So
Well, we're
We're
not
clearly
Indian
going
or
off of spaghetti
Italian,
western.
So
We're going all of the classical Western tropes, which would be mostly spaghetti Western.
I think Italian westerns were like they weren't clearly actually in the United States, right?
Yeah,
So
but
they're
people
kinda-
they still
made
call
them.
like Clint Eastwood movies, like they're still called like spaghetti westerns.
But that's just because they were filmed in Italy because it was cheap.
And
It was made by Italian directors,
yeah.
and then they didn't actually have real references to real towns and real cities and real history generally.
But they're supposed to take place in the West.
kind of vague.
Either way, they all
I
created
mean, it
the
was
Western
Western. They were
tropes of
Westerns.
America.
America.
I don't think you need. It's like D&D or whatever. I don't know.
But I do like
It's
so.
just the Western.
Wretched.
The very
Wretched.
Yeah, wretched.
What's the name of like? So obviously this takes place on a big landmass. What's the name of the landmass that they're fighting over? Because that's pretty important.
I don't know, man. You can just throw some letters together.
America.
Yeah, I mean, Shire is a pretty random word.
What is?
Shire.
Shia?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chloe
Shia.
just came up with Shia.
Where
There
did that
you go.
come
Sounds
from?
cool.
I don't know.
Like the Lord of the Rings.
Shire?
Oh, the Shire.
Yeah.
But she just fucked up Shire. There you go.
This is as an example of like random words.
Wait,
Yeah, that works.
Chloe,
Shia. I don't think it's
what's
bad. It's
wretched?
actually not too bad.
What would be wretched in Chinese?
What's wretched means?
Wretched, like,
Evil and nasty?
Like terrible,
yeah, horrible,
corrupt,
evil, ugly.
fucked up.
Yeah. Do you want me to say the Chinese word?
Yeah.
Baby.
Sorry, is it baby? Babies
You
are
said
wretched.
baby?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, like it's pronounced like that.
Okay. No, we can't call it baby.
Well, that doesn't that doesn't translate well. I'll never look at the baby as the same way.
Yeah, we'll just go with Shia.
Yeah, Shia
Shia.
sounds.
I like that one better.
It's not really that important. Oh, wisp-like. I was like, what is that fucking word? I like it. Wretched. Wow, we managed to create a pretty interesting world. That was.
There's a spider on
Whoa, Jesus! What?
What kind of spider?
the beanbag. I don't know. I can't classify spiders. They belong right behind Chloe.
You're not an entomologist?
You want to fill that fucker?
Oh, just like tiny guy.
Yeah. I'm just going to throw the Kleenex box at him.
Tiny. Is it a jumping spider? Does it have really thick
Oh
legs?
shit, he's scrambling now. I missed.
He's out
Wait,
this bitch.
Is it really fast? Is it like a wolf spider? Do they have those in California?
What? She is listing spiders. She wants to know what spider you have right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know what type it is.
The dead
It's a
kind.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. It's a dead spider.
Oh, okay.
Well,
It's an
we did that,
arachnid.
Like 20 seconds ago.
Phoenixes. All right.
Yeah, Nick just used like a half box of tissues and trying to smash that shit.
That's a lot.
I know, right?
I'm not efficient.
As long as it
all right.
ends up dead.
Is there anything else we want to do to flesh this place
Yeah,
out?
what else do we need in a world building? Like, do we need our antagonist, like our main antagonist, like main characters?
So what you might need is like a story. Like, if I were to start a campaign in this, where would it start?
Well, we already have that. It depends on if you're an elf or human. Like,
I guess that's true.
we pretty much do have this fleshed out quite decently well.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Like, if you're adventurers, you're probably going to get paid in black crystal. If you're a human, you're probably going to be fighting elves.
Those bastards.
You could be like a rogue elf fighting with the humans.
Ooh, I like
Could
that.
actually make a lot of this shit work.
They probably have a lot of defectors from all races. So there's
Yeah.
probably like also humans who are like our real overlord masters are the
So-
elf race, clearly.
That's actually a good question. How are the Nagas, the like snake people, how are they running things behind the scenes? What are they doing to influence the world? Like, we got that they
They're
gave
just shady. Like,
the
they
humans and stuff.
revealed the secrets to the humans, and then they influenced them to like nuke the shit out of the elves.
So they're literally like the Illuminati, like
Yes.
Yeah.
puppet masters, just like causing conflict to
Mhm.
divert away from.
They're
what
weakening
doing.
all the races through war. So sure,
Yeah.
the orcs and goblins have to suffer in the process, but they know this is worth it in the end to weaken the races. But why have they waited 1,000 years, or 200, or 500?
They had to repopulate. There were only a few left.
Love it. That works.
Awesome.
Man, we fleshed out too much too easily.
No, it's we've gone 50 minutes.
Yeah.
55. Yeah, I think it's actually worked.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. I'm quite happy with our world.
So the currency in this world is
The black crystal is like,
Yeah.
right?
otherwise it's
That's
coinage.
That's basically, yeah, that's like gold.
But it can also be used as an energy source.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, just like gold.
What? You don't use gold as an energy source. Zach. What the hell are you talking about?
As a conductor.
As a conductor, yes. You don't
Not
burn
as a source.
gold to make... There should be a drug specifically for this world.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, like the West had like tobacco and alcohol, basically.
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't they just be drinking and smoking too? I mean, that was a big thing in fantasy worlds too.
Yeah.
Drinking moonshine.
Should have something specific though. You know what? Let's give them Adderall, like like something that like hypes them up.
You don't see that in.
Smarter.
That's true. You don't see that in fantasy worlds. Let's do.
Yeah.
We do need an upper.
I mean, remember, orc was enslaved by certain people, right? So
Maybe something they actually
some
snort.
Drugs to get orcs get addicted, so that they're easy to control.
Ooh.
Hey, do you have a fan on or something, Zach?
Yeah.
Here's something
No,
weird.
I thought that was you guys.
Yeah.
It's your
No.
man.
You guys. You
go.
motherfucker.
It is us.
You
It's
had a
just weird
fan
when
on
we
and
put
you
headphones.
asked. It could be the black crystal itself. You can crush it up and snort it.
Oh, sick.
Try crushing coal up and snorting it, Zach. See what happens. You tell me if it's an upper. It might be. I have
Bruh.
no idea.
It'll fuck
You'll probably
you up.
die.
It'll fuck you up. Guaranteed to
But
jack
it
you
seems
up.
like you should reuse it like that, right?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. And then it's like Adderall. That's another reason to get it.
Yeah. Some people are just throwing the money away.
Use it to trade. They're like, if it's got in the hand of the addict, they just snort it.
Okay. Maybe it's like silver instead of coal or gold. You know, it's like another element you mine for.
Yeah, okay. It's
The
like the
Adderall
silver of the
Oh,
world, but
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
drug.
Yeah.
That sounds
So what do we call it, though? Could just call it Quicksilver. What was Quicksilver? What is Quicksilver?
Mercury.
Mercury, that's right.
Oh yeah, that is what.
I was about to say, that actually refers to something.
I don't think you want to take mercury.
You don't want to snort that mercury.
That strikes me as a bad idea.
Oh! Since we have black crystal, it could be white crystal.
That's not a bad idea. Some white.
And that actually references, like, cocaine and stuff in people's head, white powder.
I like that.
That's kind of perfect. So black is the more expensive. We flipped it. See, black is worth more in our world.
Sure.
It's more important.
All right.
We flipped the script, as they say.
You make that conclusion.
Anything else we need? Oh, should they have lightsabers?
No, but they should have swords. Like, even in the West, they still fought with knives and swords.
They have sabers. Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's only if your gun runs out
Yeah.
or you're in close quarters combat. Like,
Yeah, but a knife. A knife is really important in close quarters. Like bar fights and stuff.
But why call them saber? Isn't that more common to use machete?
No, they would actually have like a sword. They call it a saber. Like a specific
Yeah,
type
but
of-
like when people normally have guns, like those.
No, in the West, like they would have a sword in case they ran out of bullets, and you would cut people with them.
And they literally
But
called
they-
them
I don't know if
sabers.
they really, got used, or they're more ornamental.
They're ornamental. I feel like they're definitely more for photos and stuff.
Yeah, like I think even like in the Navy today, do you still get a sword?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
No, do they actually use it?
yeah, and it's a saber. It's not really a sword. It's like a little. No, it's just to look cool.
It's for photos. It's for photo ops.
Sabers only have one side that's sharp, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But sword has both sides that's sharp.
Uh-huh.
You can swing in
Right.
either direction.
Yeah,
That's why it's different.
yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
A saber's a curved sword, too.
So you can use it as a chopping knife, your saber, because it's like you want to make a sword like both sided, right? Like a knife.
You never know when you need to chop carrots.
Yeah. I wonder if any Navy sailors use it as that.
You actually think they make it sharp? Like they actually bother to get like a well-made sword?
I don't know. It seems foolish, but they probably do.
Have to use
It's probably super nice.
Knife sharpener to sharpen them.
Mm-hmm.
So is there anything else we need to flesh out in our world before we go?
I think.
I feel like we fleshed this out way better than I expected.
Yeah, I thought this wouldn't go as well as it did.
We ended up creating a really fun little universe that we need to play a game in.
No, I think there's a lot of shit you could discover like an old spaceship from the invasion.
Yeah, there's
there
a
could be
lot
lots
to
of
work
secret,
with.
like engineering plans from there.
You could discover weapons.
The snakes.
Yeah,
there's
just
there
so
could be
much.
Lots of plots made in here, like a ton.
Yeah, we definitely made it so you can do the Wild West tropes with fantasy tropes, however you want the campaign to run. I still don't think we have the magic worked out in the world, though. Like, we get that elves are inherently magical, but what's the magic?
How's
like,
the
can
magic
humans
work?
do
they,
magic?
Read books like mages, or they like draw on like some force from the world?
Yeah, do they get like mana from the forests? What? Like, how's it work?
So in D&D there are like sorcerers and there are wizards, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like elves are all sorcerers. Like they draw from the nature around them to make magic.
Okay, so they get mana
the
from the
read and shit. Yeah.
Okay, so like what's the power level? Like, what are we talking? Like, are humans able to cast wish type spells, or is it like low level magic?
No one can cast that. That's always overpowered, even in D&D. It's kind of.
We're talking like what level
D&D
spells?
doesn't become fun because people just I'm going to cast.
We're talking like maybe 10th level or below, maybe not even 10th level magic.
Yeah, something like that. Like maybe there's like a really very rare 1 in a million person that can be like higher than that, but not that much higher.
I'm thinking more like almost 5th level limit.
Yeah, like
people above that are
rare.
rare.
A nuclear warhead out of the black crystal or crystal coal or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Like you got to get like 30 guys to cast stuff together.
Okay, yeah, I like it. And the Nagas, so the Nagas that are underneath the world, the snake people, they are like high level casters. A lot of them are high level casters.
They're all casters.
They're super. What do they draw? They draw their mana from like heat, from like the cores of Earths and stuff. I don't know why. That's just what.
No, I feel like they should just be like the elves or something, drawing from, or like the one of the two. Like it's
well, if they're in fucking space, how do they get
like
mana?
You study and you get it, right?
How do you get mana if you're from outer space?
They get it from the stars.
I think they get it. Yeah, they get it from heat, like sun. Like they literally get it from the rays, like sun rays. Like that's where they get their
Superman.
mana. Yes. I
There's
don't know.
Sneaky Superman.
I don't know how they get. How did that have to do with Superman?
Superman gets his power from the sun.
Does he really?
Yes.
I thought he got it just because he was an alien.
No, it was. How does Superman go? It was something weird. Because the very original Superman was on like a planet where there was a sun with a lot more gravity. Yeah, they're like normal when they're on their own planet. But then when he came to Earth, the sun somehow gave him superpowers.
Well,
I don't remember. It never makes any fucking sense, to be honest.
I still like that they draw their mana from the sun, though. It makes sense since they're snakes and they're...
Of course, it makes perfect sense. Oh, you know what they should have? Like, in Final Fantasy, you got, like, airships. Mm-hmm. We should get airships.
There should definitely be airships.
That would be cool.
That would be gnomish.
Yeah. I like gnomish.
What's a gnomish thing?
Oh yeah, like the flying.
Yeah, it's a boat. Yeah.
What's it called? Hot balloons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It works.
Anything else we need?
No, that was like the last thing we really need fleshed out is how the magic works.
No, I think that's all good.
That was a good podcast. That was some good world building.
Better than I expected.
Yeah. We'll definitely have to do this another time after we test out our world in D&D.
Alright.
Alright, now get started on our short story for Wretched.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wait, isn't that the name of the Wizard of Oz sequel?
There is a sequel?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think it was called Wretched.
No, I think it was something else.
Like the modern Wizard of Oz?
Yes. It was
I
a
didn't
sequel.
even see that. But okay. I'm sure it's been used other places. I mean,
It's like it's the Wizard of Oz, but from the witch's point of view.
Just look up the word wretched. No, that's wicked.
Wicked, that's what it's called. Okay. We're good. Wait, I should look up Wretched RPG. See if this world's name's taken. Doesn't look like it. Wretched. There's a Wretched Mutants and Wretched Blight.
Yeah, I think we're good here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Alright.
Till next time.
Yeah. Alright.
Next time.
Later.
Later.